Hi boys and girls, today you're going to analyze and compare 3D shapes. That means we're going to take a look at them and see what they do. Now before we start, you have learned the name of some 3D shapes from our different kindergarten teachers. So let's see what you remember today. Here is the first shape right here. Does anyone know what this shape is? It has one vertex and one flat side. If you guessed cone, you are correct. Here is the next shape. It has 6 flat sides and 8 vertices. If you guessed cube, you are correct. Here's the third shape. It has 2 flat sides and it's round. If you guessed cylinder, you are correct. How about this one right here? It's like a ball. It's round. If you guessed sphere, you are correct. Now this one, it's almost like a cube, but it's stretched out. Instead of a square, you see a rectangle. That's the clue. This, boys and girls, is the rectangular prism. Good job. And then finally, we have this one right here. Do you know the shape of this one? If you guessed pyramid, you are correct. So let's take a look at our 3D shapes. We have cone, cube, cylinder, sphere, rectangular prism, and pyramid. So today we're going to check out what these 3D shapes can do. So in this picture, this boy has a cube, sphere, cone, and cylinder. Some 3D shapes can roll, some can stack, which means it can go on top of each other, and some can slide. That means it moves from one point to another point. So we're going to take a look at how some of these shapes move. Now, if you have some of these shapes at home, you can go get them and we can try these out together. If you don't have these shapes, well, get creative. You went on shape hunts during the week and last week as well. So if you have a can of soup, or if you have a ball, or if you have a tissue box, whatever you can grab, go get them, and then we can start exploring together.
I have some 3D shapes here that we can check out and see what can roll, stack, and slide. So the first shape, the first one that we can go over is rolling. Rolling is when something moves and it goes around and around. This happens because the shape has a round side. So let's look at the sphere here. A sphere is completely round. So let's see how it moves. It rolls, it goes around and around. Our cone has a round side here. It has a flat side, but it is partially round. So let's put it and let's see if it rolls. It does roll. It rolls in a circle, but it still does roll. Here's our cylinder. Our cylinder has flat sides, but on this side, it's round. So let's watch it move. It rolls across. Very nice. Our cube and rectangular prism do not have any round sides, so they do not roll. So what rolls with our 3D figures? Sphere, cone, and cylinder. Now let's see what can stack. When something is able to stack, that means it has a flat surface and it can go on top of each other. So I'm going to start with my rectangular prism. My rectangular prism has 6 flat sides. If you count them, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, top 5, bottom 6. So there are 6 sides. So rectangular prisms, because they have flat sides, I can actually stack them. Along with the cube, also the same. 6 flat sides and able to stack. Next, our cylinder. Well, the round side you can't stack, but a cylinder has 2 flat sides. So we can stack our cylinder. All right. And then we have a cone. A cone. It rolled before. So maybe some of you are saying, no, you can't stack that. Well, actually, boys and girls, a cone has a circular flat side. So as long as it has a flat side, it can stack. It can't go on the vertex, the point. However, you can stack on using the flat side. So here we go. So these are the shapes that we can stack. Sphere, there's not one flat side, so you cannot stack the sphere. All right, last one we want to look at is some shapes that we can slide. Now, what is slide? Sliding is when you take an object and push it from one point to the other point. So you want to move it from one point to the other side just by sliding. There's no rolling involved. So we have our cube here. Let's see, we can slide it. Yes, we can. We're sliding the cube. It stays on the flat side and it just moves. So cubes, you can slide. Rectangular prism, you can also slide. Cylinder, as long as it's on the flat surface, you can slide it. If you move a cylinder onto the other side, it will roll. However, keep it flat and it will slide. Our cone, use the flat surface, the flat side, and you can slide it. If you bring it to the other side, it rolls. Cones are kind of cool. It does both, just like the cylinder. Our sphere, no flat side, no sliding, just rolling.
Let's practice together now. Here are some problems, and we're going to figure out which 3D shape can roll, stack, or slide. So let's look at number 1. Which shape rolls and stacks? So we have a sphere, a cube, and a cylinder. So which one rolls and stacks? Sphere rolls but does not stack. Has no flat surface, no flat side. Cube, does it roll? Nope, because it's not round, but it can stack. Cylinder, it rolls, yep, because it has a round side. And does it stack? Yeah, because it has a flat side, so it can stack. So cylinder is our answer for number 1. Good job. Let's look at number 2. What shapes can slide and roll? So we have cylinder, cone, and cube. All right. Which one slides and rolls? Well, let's look at the cylinder. Does it slide? Yep, I'm sliding it right now on its flat side. Does it roll? Yes, it does roll. So cylinder is definitely one of our answers. Let's check out the cone. The cone, can it slide? Yep, using the flat side, it is sliding. Can it roll? Tip it on this side, and we are rolling it. Very nice. Next, we have the cube. Can the cube slide? Yep, it does slide. Can it roll? No. Did you see my finger there? I'm trying to roll it. It's not round, so it cannot roll. Oh, I forgot to circle the cone. All right, so the cylinder and the cone both slides and rolls. Very nice. Let's look at number 3. Which shapes stack and slide? So we have our cube, cylinder, and sphere. Well, stack and slide. Our cube. Can it stack? Yes, it can. It uses its flat surface, and it can go on top of one or on the bottom. So a cube stacks and slides. Cylinder. We have a cylinder here. It can stack because it has a flat surface. And does it slide? Yes, it does. Using the flat surface, it slides. So a cylinder can stack and slide. Our sphere. Does it stack? No, it cannot stack because it's round. Can it slide? No, because it has no flat surface. It cannot slide either. The only thing that a sphere can do is roll. Good job, boys and girls, analyzing and comparing our 3D shapes today. So since we're not at school, you might not have some of these fancy figures that I have here. However, if you look around your house, this entire world is made up of 3D figures. So keep your eyes open and see what kind of objects are shape of a sphere, cube, cylinder, rectangular prism, and cone. You'd be surprised when you look at something, you can say, that's a rectangular prism there. That's a cylinder over there. So look around and then think to yourself, I wonder if it can roll, slide, or stack. Good job, boys and girls. Keep up the good work.